it seems like they're just leaning into it. Like there's no course correction at all. Just leaning into the kooky. Yeah. Fun times.
I'm a private investigator. I've got some books at Supermare. Inside I have from the United States District Court, Northern District.
We're going to explore the bizarre world of municipal politics today, which has taken an unexpected turn, so be ready. The major topic of conversation in town hall meetings in small towns is usually a new stop sign, and they are usually quiet, if not a little dull. Well, not in Dolton, Illinois. This tiny town has become entangled in a major problem as a result of Mayor Tiffany Henyard's noteworthy allegations, which include local worries and an examination of particular hiring practices. Public figures have even brought the matter to the attention of the country by discussing it in important venues. Since things are quickly spiraling out of control, we're here to dissect every crucial component.
It really is like the whole country's hypnotized. And I just think this is a perfect storm of things that are happening.
Joe Rogan has the biggest headline here, so let's start with him. In one of his shows, Rogan, who regularly explores controversial topics like politics or celebrity rumors, recently included Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard. And when Rogan speaks, people pay attention. He didn't hold back either. According to Rogan, the charges against Henyard raise serious concerns about public confidence and governmental responsibility. The fact that someone with his agenda would focus on a small-town mayor shows how important this debate is. What then had made Rogan so angry? It all comes down to claims that Henyard has acted in ways that some residents find concerning throughout her employment. Critics assert that anyone who questions her leadership or decisions has faced reprisals. Additionally, there are claims that certain businesses or individuals who have spoken out have encountered unanticipated challenges. Despite the ongoing controversy surrounding these allegations, the subject has gained more attention and is now a major topic of discussion, both locally and nationally. Rogan, who never backs down from criticizing public figures, stated unequivocally that this situation is an example of why political people must take responsibility for their acts. In keeping with his no-nonsense style, he presented it as a serious subject that everyone should be aware of. He went so far as to warn that this could be only the beginning of small-town politics operating without oversight. And let's be honest, once Rogan brings you up, there's little doubt that the subject will soon gain even more national attention. But there is more to the unrest surrounding Henyard than that. As if the charges of threats weren't serious enough, her ongoing legal proceedings are attracting even more attention. The problem is this: Henyard has brought in attorney Beau Brindley, whose fame is further adding to the controversy. Brindley has been involved in several high-profile court cases, some of which have garnered significant public attention. In case you haven't heard of him, notably, he was R. Kelly's former manager. Yes, the R. Kelly who was embroiled in one of the biggest scandals in the music business. Brindley's strong and perhaps controversial legal tactics have many people wondering why Henyard chose him. Was it an act of desperation to protect herself? Or was it a deliberate move? Regardless, the decision has sparked debate. Critics point out that Brindley has been charged of coaching witnesses, employing questionable techniques in court, and pushing the boundaries of the ethical standards of the legal system. For those observing, Henyard's choice of legal representation is only fueling the dispute.
Temporary restraining order blocking her from making those appointments without approval.
Let's zoom out for a bit and see how everything went wrong. Henyard scored a resounding victory and was elected mayor of Dolton in 2021 with over 80% of the vote. She even created history by becoming the first female mayor of Dolton, suggesting that she was destined to hold a significant position of authority. But things aren't looking so well anymore after a few years. Many residents of Dolton are growing frustrated with her management of the village's finances in addition to the charges of intimidation. This is where things start to become a little fuzzy.
Received the information today. We have the best mayor ever. I've been here since 1990.
Remember how this started out as a small-town scandal? Well, this little community is embroiled in serious financial disputes. Henyard has been accused of using public monies extravagantly, going above the government's typical overspending. She has apparently used government funds to pay for extravagant events, lavish holidays, and even a brand new vehicle. A posh Tahoe that reportedly costs over $150,000. At this moment, a normal political disagreement becomes a full-fledged outrage. Henyard has refuted the accusations, saying they are politically motivated attacks by her adversaries in reaction to the citizens' demands for answers. However, that hasn't done much to diffuse the tension. It has really only intensified the response, as some of her most loyal fans have started to turn against her. Federal investigators may even be involved, according to reports that subpoenas are pouring through Dalton's municipal administration like parade confetti. Keep in mind that Henyard is already subject to a restraining order from the judge in this case, which prohibits her from appointing herself to any other significant village positions without the board's approval. But does Henyard seem to mind? Apparently not. Despite the court order, she has been accused of keeping up her relationships with troublesome individuals, some of whom critics say are unsuited for their roles. Take Michael Smith, for instance. He was intended to be named the village administrator, but the present administrator, Keith Freeman, is still in office. Henyard appears to be pushing the court to take more action and going beyond the bounds of judicial oversight. Let's go back to the people of Dalton for a bit. You would think that Henyard would try to calm public concerns, or at the very least, make amends in light of all the accusations. Absolutely not. Instead, she has increased her efforts, holding separate meetings when trustees schedule theirs and occasionally filing lawsuits to stop them from meeting altogether. According to reports, Henyard attempted to schedule appointments, showed up an hour late, and then accused the board of corruption before being booed out of a meeting. The stakes are real, even though it might look like something from a reality TV program, and the residents of Dalton are caught in the midst.
Today, declining to hold.
One of the most strange events in this whole matter is that Henyard is now suing the village trustees and the Dalton Park District. You read correctly. She is suing them for holding meetings in a field house instead of Village Hall. The following is the backstory. The Illinois Attorney General ruled that Village Hall could not legally accommodate the large numbers of people attending these meetings. In response, the trustees moved them to a wider site to ensure public access. But, according to Henyard, all of this is a part of a bigger scheme to undermine her authority. She has even attempted to overturn any decisions reached at these meetings by arguing that they were not conducted in the proper location. The legal battle over where these sessions will take place has further destabilized an already precarious situation. The saddest part is that Henyard is suing everyone she can find while she gets ready to run for re-election. Yes, despite the scandals, accusations, and ongoing unrest, she recently announced on social media that she is running for a second term as mayor. In her post, she stated, "Take note, listen carefully, I'm running for mayor of Dalton again." As you might expect, the responses have been intense. One response summed up the outrage of many locals. This woman needs to be thrown in jail now. Despite its venom, this statement reflects the growing outrage of Dalton citizens who have seen Henyard's reign marred by a number of scandals. Critics argue that instead of addressing the problems head-on, she has only made matters worse. Another reader put it simply, she used taxpayer funds to fly, go to Vegas, and party. She also bought a brand new Tahoe for $150,000. Anyone who doesn't agree with her will also be kicked out or have their business shut down. It's easy to see why folks are upset. Henyard's leadership, or lack thereof, has pushed the Dalton Municipal Administration into a whirlpool of controversy, legal battles, and power conflicts. What should have been a stable government has instead turned into a soap show. Whether it's because of extravagant spending, legal issues, or another unexpected development, Henyard just can't seem to escape the limelight, because every time, it seems like things can't be any more chaotic. A new headline pops up. What's the end of this? You might be wondering. Will Henyard continue to avoid accountability by blaming her political enemies? Or will she actually be held accountable for the charges made against her? There is no denying that Dalton's citizens are exhausted and that the strain is growing. Henyard's term seems to be coming to an end due to the purported FBI probe, court orders restricting her duties, and growing public outrage. Henyard is not going down without a fight. If this entire event has taught us anything, she still holds meetings, files lawsuits, and insists that she is the victim in all of this. Whether you believe her or not, this is far from finished. Additionally, this problem will continue to receive national attention for some time to come, now that Joe Rogan has contributed his voice. So, what do you think? Does Mayor Tiffany Henyard have a strategy to remain in office, or is her career coming to an end?